Good morning, Garden Gains. I want to talk to you guys about some grafts I made. I made this, I'd say about, I want to say close to a month ago or even less. I think maybe 3 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly the date. But this here is a panache tiger fig. You can see by the stripes right here. I went ahead and grafted 2 Figo Pretos, and it looks like they have taken. So I'm pretty ecstatic that I'm very new to grafting. So the tool that I purchased, which I'll go ahead and put a picture up, purchased through Amazon, really helps those who are new to grafting. The only drawback is the diameter of the branch scion. It has to fit in the tool. Anything bigger, you would have to do it with a grafting knife. Here's another. This is budded out through the parafilm. So 2 varieties, 1 tree. And this looks like a breba. I didn't know panache has breba, but unless this falls off. Other than that, I will go ahead and talk about some other grafts I made. Figo Preto Panache. Can't go wrong with that. Be right back. Alright guys, so this is another graft, or 3 grafts that I made on this particular tree. This is a Flanders. Now I grafted what I believe is Adriatic. And I would say this is pretty successful graft. And over here as well. And on this side, so this one here is Adriatic, another unknown variety, but I think it's Adriatic. This one here is Black Madeira UC Davis. And there you go. So all in all, it's looking great. And we have some brebas, some Flander brebas. So 3 varieties, actually there's 4, or actually 3, I'm sorry. These 2 are the same. Adriatic, unknown Adriatic, question mark. Black Madeira, UC Davis, and Flanders. I also made some avocado grafts. This is a holiday avocado. This particular variety I purchased when I first started buying fruit. This variety is a dwarf variety, and the reason why it's called holiday avocado is because the fruits ripen during the holiday season, Labor Day, on to the end of the year. So they ripen towards the end of the year and New Year's possibly too. And they do hold on to the tree pretty well. I only picked one last year. It was big, or decently sized avocado, and they stay green. Now the reason why I kind of hate this avocado, I shouldn't say that, but I just don't like the way it grows. It grows in a droopy manner, as you can tell right there. And I've seen videos with people with holiday avocados. They prop them up. They prop them up. And for me, that's just a pain in the butt to do that. So I end up grafting a Stewart avocado. Now Stewart avocado is, I believe, related to the Mexicola. Dark, thin skin. The outer skin is dark. And it's one of the hardier avocados. And I grafted these, I'd say, close to 3 weeks to a month ago. And I'm not out of the woods yet, but it is starting to swell a bit. Right in this area right there. Let's see if I can get a better picture. So I'm thinking it's gonna bud out. Just a matter of time. I also grafted some Stewart cuttings. Now this one looks like at each node it's starting to bud out, like right there. And yeah, well, essentially, if these were non-successful grafts, they would have probably been discolored, like black or something. But they're still green. This one actually looks like it did take. Look at that. So all these 3 cuttings are Stewart. This is probably the most noticeable one that you could totally tell that it's starting to bud out from and bust through the parafilm. And I went ahead and gone crazy. I planted, so I have this holiday next to that. This is a Reed avocado, said to be one of the best tasting avocados. Huge, softball size, round avocado, smooth, buttery flesh. So, and like I said, I've read that's one of the best tasting avocados. So, and next to that, I have a lamb Haas, or lamb. Now this is kind of like a Haas, but bigger. And this here is my Coldedam Noir. And I made 2 grafts. And this one here is the Coldedam Roja. And I would say this is getting ready to bud out from the parafilm, as well as it's already busted through the top part. And there's also there. And I grafted a I-258. So far so good. Not out of the woods entirely yet. Who knows if it's gonna take or not. But actually is, yeah, right here. Sorry guys. Right there. Okay, well, I would say pretty successful as far as the grafts go. I made some citrus grafts. Alright guys, so this is my attempt of citrus grafting. The rootstock here was kind of beat up when I had my my rabbit, which the rabbit's no longer with us. He escaped. He wasn't really our rabbit to begin with. He just kind of was hanging out. We brought him in, but then he decided to dig his way out of here, so we let him be. But with that said, when he was here, he would often gnaw on, particularly on citrus. So it's somewhat starting to heal over, but the original rootstock was a sweet lime. I'm not sure if it was a Palestine sweet lime or not. It was gifted to me by my parents, and they told me that this was grown by seed. So, and I knew this was going to take forever, and so I decided to just cut the top off and then start grafting some mandarin. I believe a Satsuma Kitsu mandarin. So it's a hybrid variety of Satsumas. Kitsu. Anywho, I end up grafting, and it looks like it's budded out. All right, it looks like it's looking pretty good. And I did these two other grafts. Now, they look kind of funky looking, really close to each other, but I had no choice. And I figured I'll end up keeping the strongest one out of these two, but this one over here has already budded out. So, and this one here hasn't yet, but it does have potential to bud out. So, looks like it's gonna bud out right there. All in all, this is so far a success for me. One other graft I want to talk to you guys about. Alright, so this here is a Moro blood orange, and it took forever to fruit. I'd say within the 4th year. And I'm not sure if this variety of Moro requires a lot of heat for the blood oranges to turn red, that blood red. And so the fruit tasted pretty good. It was okay. I ended up purchasing this, this is one of the very first fruit trees that I purchased. So obviously I know a lot more now than what I did back then when I first started doing this. So what I end up doing also is grafting some of the Satsumas, Kitsu, mandarin. So this one, it's looking promising right there. And the swollen buds. Um, this one I can say the same. Swollen bud right here. And as far as the top goes, maybe a little bit right there. But it is promising, and maybe just taking forever this particular one. But I do see some success, some clear success. This one right there. This one here, bud out a little bit, swollen, but this one for sure. And the one over here, oh, the same story. Swollen buds, but not out of the woods yet. So, just to wrap up, I do have another variety called Shasta Mandarin, and I also want to graft onto that, or onto possibly my Clementine. I do like Clementine, but I prefer the Gold Nugget Mandarin. I'd say at this point that's my favorite. Easy to peel, super duper sweet. This is the Smith Red Valencia Orange. Did a little review on this one. And talked about this graft earlier. Looking good. This is the Figo Preto onto the Panache. That there too. Figo Preto. This one here, rootstock is I'm blanking out. It's oh yeah, Peter's Honey. And I do see a Breba right there. And also budding out. As far as this one goes, this one is, I'm not sure if you can read it. Probably not. This is a Robert's Golden Rainbow. And it's not dead. No clear buds. Sorry, trying to get a good shot for you guys. But the potential is right here. I don't know if you guys can see that little tear in the parafilm. I believe that's going to be a future bud. So, and I do see some swollen little, that look like freckles. And those could be potential buds too. And I ended up not using the tool on this one. I actually used a grafting knife for this one. Alright guys, let's venture into my little makeshift greenhouse and give you an update on the cuttings, fig cuttings. This one here is my Black Madeira KK, and it's looking pretty good. Has a pretty decent size root system. This is in Coco Core, for those wanting to know. And next to that, so this is Black Madeira KK, Black Madeira KK. This one here is Adriatic. This one right here is Robert's Golden Rainbow, and as you can tell, it's budded out right there and soon to be at the bottom right there. Sorry about that. At the very bottom here, this is Italian 258. So, all in all, things are going well here. Now, I have two more bins, and these are cuttings from the unknown Adriatic question mark. Sorry for keep saying that, but I think it looks like an Adriatic. But anyways, I'll have to do a in-depth review, and I'll post pictures of the figs, and you guys can let me know if it is or if it isn't. Now this is in regular potting soil, Kellogg's organic potting soil, and I put a little bit on top, some cocoa coir, leftover cocoa coir, sorry, right there, and the rest is potting soil. And pretty much everything has leafed out. You can see roots all over the place, and I opened the lid because you can tell it's starting to get a little moldy, so let it breathe a little bit. On this side is the same thing. Sorry about that. Is the regular potting soil, and these are the Adriatic cuttings. Got some roots popping out. And like I said before, this is my little section that I propagate. Root has two heat mats, this one and under this one. Then I have the grow light, as well as the grow light in a light bulb. Has a little purple hue to it. I'm sure that helps. With that said, I am going to let you guys go for tonight. So tomorrow, hopefully, if I have time, I'll go ahead and review other things with you guys. And so looking forward to spring. I'll be potting these up in 1 gallons, and who knows, sell them, or I don't know, give them away. Who knows? All right, guys. Garden Gains, have a good night.